Sleepy tears stick like glue to my bloodshot eyes and shrink.
My eyelids flutter, I sleep.
My body aches, praying for to rest. I need more sleep.
Time. My eyes open with the morning sun, but the forecast warns of a heavy downpour of overdue assignments, unmet expectations.
Every morning I meet the darkened figure on the other side of the mirror, outlining with trembling fingers the heavy bags that swing from my eyes. I fumble into first period, holding up my A paper with shaking hands.
My open palms empty.
Staining the corners red with the blood of sweat and
tears drip down blank pages. My face is coated with a thick stream of frustration because I cannot find salvation in a nation where a good night's rest is slashed down by my own education.
You know there's a problem. You can't tell if math class is a dream until you wake up with drool dripping down your desk. You know there's a problem.
And it's better to miss class than to come unprepared.
We're just like
a flower can be watered over and over again.
Showered with papers on projects on problems.
But without sunlight.
Without more than a wink of sleep.
We're either drowning in the sun or basking in the dark.
As the petals fall one by one, the choice we make, work or sleep.
Wither or drown.
Let's go.
When you are 8 years old, crayons are magic. Crayons turn white into gold, princesses into queens. Crayons made math problems dimensional, fractions fathomable, ratios rainbowful. Ugly things beautiful. Evil things tolerable. But sometimes I would scrape through my own box of crayons, wax underneath my fingernails, looking for hours for the one color that would make my picture, and never, ever finding it. Why sometimes do we look for something that isn't really there? Why do we try to pull invisible things out of ourselves and ignore the parts that are real? Science says my 17-year-old brain is underdeveloped, that my hormones guide my decisions, that my behavior most of the time just plain sucks, that I am unfinished, that I am hysterical, because that's how most teenage girls are. Yet now you're telling me to find a way to pick my every pretty part and fit it on an application as if the entirety of my being was a straight-A honor society wonder goddess with a knack for playing varsity sports and a passion for writing research papers. It would not make sense to add that I often go to bed rewatching old episodes of Seinfeld because the time it takes for me to fall asleep is an undetermined time I have to spend alone with myself, and that freaks me out. I write down my unique learning style, my unique interests, but really all that is held captive by every admissions officer I dare contact, by every admissions officer we dare contact, by every admissions officer who asks me to list my hobbies, to tell them about my personality, about why I would be a good fit. I will never tell the whole truth. Just like an interviewee does not reveal their actual weaknesses, just like I do not use every single crayon when I am trying to draw something pretty to look at. We are not applying with the entirety of ourselves, just promising we will not fly in the shadow of our peers as if the sun only stayed in one place. Yesterday, I meowed at a stray cat, and the stray cat meowed back at me. Can I put that on my college application? No! 2 SATs on the test are recommended and 3 are preferred! I realized I've stayed true to 2 out of my 5 New Year's resolutions this year. It's my best year yet. Can I put that on my college application? No! Take the ACT at least twice, but no more than 3 times. You don't want to seem desperate. Yesterday, I finally corrected my Spanish teacher on how to pronounce my name. I have been in that class for 4 months. He gave me a weird look, but it felt so good to be called on without flinching. Can I put that on my college application? No! If you're not on a varsity team by junior year, don't waste your time. I've been meaning to go on a run these past 2 weeks. I finally went on one yesterday, even though it was exhausting. I ran 3 whole miles. Can I put that on my college application? No! Your extracurricular activities should push you in a specific direction. You have to show vision. You have to show planning. This morning, I looked into the mirror, and for the first time in a while, I realized I did not loathe the human that stared back at me. It was like a tiny gear shifted inside. For one small second, my messy, unfinished soul finally figured out how to expand into the body it is left with. Can I put that on my college application? No! This isn't a functional. It is not functional. They will separate the parts they need and weigh them, compare them to other cuts, and disregard the rest. How do you look when you're chopped up into tiny answers underneath tiny questions? How do you look when you've mastered the art of lying by omission? How do you look next to every other kid in America, applying for the same damn thing, scraping through their own box of crayons, trying to find the one color that no one else has? They do not want the whole animal. Please squeeze out every pretty thing you can from yourself. They want a pulp-free juice.
Each of us blessed with a different coding. Mama said mine distinguished black from African American. The same coat that made my sister and meant to my mom, I want to be white. At the time, not sure if it was either being the only color in the neighborhood or if she had heard about the extra baggage to accompany our coats. The sheet that causes mama to remind my brother never talk back to the police, or he might become another statistic. The same skin making me pray, God, why us, yet thanking him for making me a melanin goddess. Mahogany hands laid fiercely with arms waved rhythmically and legs walk to the beat of the drum so differently. People ask me for permission to use words which they themselves have created. The cape that causes tongues to linger on black or African American description. The cocoa my sons will carry as I embrace them and their burgundy tears and remind them they're not criminals. To remind my sons, they're not criminals. To remind my sons, they're not criminals. Look at the color of the coating upon my cracked carpals. Don't cuff them. Skin isn't just a product of X and Y chromosomes, no. Skin is the thesis of stories from faraway places. The canvas is on which we paint our battle wounds. What we see, what we touch, what we taste, have been forbidden to fuse, been through marches and fistfights with some using their fists to fight one another. With each swing becoming stronger, skins have felt pain and suffering, endured hardships and struggle. Yet the beauty of how two skins can mesh together, creating the perfect blend of innocence and equality is compared to no other. Because under all those coats, there is a bare bona fide body in which we are all alike. Skin causes hate and war and love. But our exteriors are something we can never diminish, because each coat has a story, and so does baggage.
Hey, you might not remember me, but I remember you. You are the most important person in the world. You with that ball that bounces, smack, swish right back up into your hand. You count every collision just because you love how high the numbers can go. You, the bravest on a swing, even though with every pump your stomach shakes with fear. You're brave because you are in love with the way your sneakers look against the sky. You, with your sand magic pulling together piles, smoothing hardness away, making people into mermaids. You are the most important person in the world, and you used to know that. But now you count the likes on your posts instead of the bounces of your ball. You are bravest when you tell the world you're ugly, because you are in love with the pity and praise in its reply, and your magic, not sand, but red bands, making people into monsters if they don't justify your pain, justify your reliance on proving you feel, proving you matter, proving you're more than just another moody teenager who takes life for granted. I'm more, I'm special, I'm someone. Did you forget? Did you forget? Did you forget that you don't need them to be you? Did you forget that they don't make you matter? You do. You do. You ball bouncing, high swinging magic maker. You are important. You are whole. And you don't have to prove that to anyone. So why are you trying so goddamn hard? I know. This isn't your fault. The importance no one should have been able to take from you. It got lost between the hard, grinding edges of this machine we all fucked up together, lost between a hashtag and an arbitrary negative self-description, between pressure and pain. I know it's been gone a while, but look for it, would you? For me, I miss you used to be.
The human skin can be hard to live in, that's why most of us tear it open, the edit reads. The text is white across the center of a black and white photograph of a girl crying with her head in her hands and her hair scrunched beneath her fingers, leaning against a dark brick wall with the rain falling poetically behind her. The caption underneath reads, guys, after 3 hours of editing, I'm finally done. Please like, reblog, and follow. New material coming soon, smiley face. Please like, reblog, and follow. Please like, reblog, and follow. Please like, reblog, and follow. God damn it, please like, reblog, and follow my photo of a life-threatening disorder that has been adjusted and messed with for 3 hours so that it is visually appealing and deep and likable, reblog and follow an account that is glorifying, beautifying, romanticizing the idea that pain and anxiety are things we should keep in our pocket of personal characteristics, things we should wear on the front of our vintage t-shirts, things we should write in our Instagram bios, things we should tattoo behind our ears, things that make us a hipster. And you tell me you have new material coming soon. New material coming soon. Do you lock yourself in your bedroom and carve words you think make you look like a fighter into the milky white of your arm and take a picture of that bloody mess on your Polaroid camera so that your blog has likable, rebloggable, followable new material coming soon? They call it beautiful suffering because pain is pretty. But I can tell you, pain is pretty painful. Why are you throwing beauty into a room of one-way mirrors? Why are you forcing yourself to cry so that Facebook thinks you need someone to talk to? They call it beautiful suffering. But I can't see what's beautiful about self-pity. I can't see what's beautiful about an image of a teenage ankle cross-hatched with blood. What's beautiful about slamming the door so hard that your chest cracks. About waking up and realizing that you can't feel anything. About bitten down fingernails curled underneath an emaciated ribcage. About 500,000 teens that commit suicide every year and 5,000 succeeding. About the girl who needs help. She needs help, but you can't hear her under these layers of filters and editing and copy-pasting and text overlay, like for like and follow for follow, hashtag depression, hashtag kill myself, hashtag broken, hashtag alone, of beautiful suffering and pretty sadness, these layers of liking and reblogging and following.
The left final period of this afternoon, representing Los Altos High School.